Now that you are on PBWORKS, let's talk a little bit about wikis in general. Many of you have visited Wikipedia for a variety of reasons, but some of you may not know some of the most important principles about Wikipedia. Wikipedia is an actual wiki, which is what we are going to be learning about in class. So to give you a little bit of an introduction to wikis, I decided to go on Wikipedia to show you what wikis are. So one of the founding principles of Wikipedia is that it is web-based, meaning it is paperless. It is an encyclopedia, so in this case, that's why we have pedia on the end. And it is free content, and what it is it's openly editable. So a wiki, one of the key ideas is that people can edit it. As you think about Wikipedia and what Wikipedia does, I want you to think about the fact that Wikipedia was written with a large amount of people. Volunteers would come in to write Wikipedia pages. Anyone who has internet access can technically make changes to Wikipedia articles, except for in some cases where editing's restricted to prevent people going in, putting in inappropriate content for certain topics. And that's something that I can actually do as a teacher on our wiki page, is edit and monitor what's actually going into that wiki page. One thing you might have not known about Wikipedia also is that Wikipedia really focuses on copyright restrictions, which we started talking about last week, where they want to make sure that all of the content on there is from reliable sources, that it isn't made up, there aren't opinions on there. So every once in a while something will slip through, but normally the editors do catch it. So something else that Wikipedia can do, and something Wikipedia has, is a View Source button, and this you can do on just about any article, so that way you actually know where the information came from. We've talked about sources before. This is where those citations would come in. You can also on wikis view history, so this shows when people edited this page specifically. So it goes through all these different people have edited this one page. So something that our wiki will do for our class is we will also get a feed of who is editing what at what times and how much information they are editing. Now that you've taken a look at Wikipedia and are thinking about Wikipedia as a wiki rather than just a place to look for information, we're going to take a look at PBWORKS, which is another type of wiki. When we talk about wikis, I want you to think about them like you think about email accounts. There are different places you can have email accounts. You might have Yahoo, you might have Hotmail, you might have Gmail. You hopefully have Gmail at this point in our class. But either way, those are all different places that have email accounts. Think of wikis that way as well. Wikipedia is one type of wiki, and PBWORKS, the website that we are using, is another type of wiki. Right now, I am on the home page of our class wiki. This is on my PBWORKS. This is the screen you see right after you sign in. A couple of things I want to show you. First, who has access and how this site actually works. In terms of who has access to this page, I created the page originally, and what I did was I clicked the share this page button and sent it to all of your emails so that way you would have access to this page. I could make the page public so that anyone out there on PBWORKS could edit and could see the page, but I made it so that only our class could do that, and that's something that I did when I created Montenegro ELA. So some of the different navigation tools on a wiki are pretty much all around the outside of the wiki. So you'll see as I'm scrolling my mouse around, there are different things that light up or get underlined, so that those are things that you can click on. But you'll notice they're mostly along the top, along the side, and in some cases and on some pages on the bottom. So I'm going to point out a couple of things I want you to notice here. First, up here where you have the My PBWORKS, you have Workspaces, Montenegro ELA, you could after a period of time have different workspaces. This workspace with this home page is considered Montenegro ELA. You might later create your own workspace for another purpose, and if you did that, you could click here and you would be able to pick from different workspaces. Right now you only have one. Another thing you'll see up here is the word wiki or pages and files. Wiki is the actual wiki content, what we are editing. Pages and files is something you can click on, and you could actually upload files if you had Word documents or if you had other sorts of documents you wanted to include on the wiki. You could put them in here. I can come in as an administrator to the account and move things around, file items, put them in folders. These, for the most part, we won't need, but this is a function that I want you to be aware of in case we need to upload things. In terms of these items here, you won't really need to do anything with them, but if you accidentally click on this, you can also navigate back just by clicking the wiki button. Two other items you're seeing here, view and edit. All of the pages are automatically in view when you first go to them because it gives you a chance to actually get acquainted with the page before you start making changes. A lot of times I'd recommend reading through the page before you actually click on edit. But what happens when you click on edit is you'll see that it almost seems like a Word document because now you can start typing. Once you have typed in what you want to type, you can describe your changes if you want. If you were maybe to tell me that you were submitting certain work, because all changes are tracked on here. If you save, it automatically goes back to the view. If you were to save and continue, it would save your progress, but you could keep working, or you could cancel and not make any changes. So that's a really important button for you to know. Something else for you to see here is it'll mention who last edited the page. So it'll say who did and how many minutes ago. I could take a look at the page history and it would show me all of the edits that were made to that page. Other things that you should notice here, you can add comments to this page, and this is something that we will use, not necessarily on our home page, but we can use that to write comments. Some other important things for you to notice, over on the right hand side of this page, this is where most of your navigation will take place. Up at the top, just like with pretty much any other account we've signed up for, is all of your account information, changing passwords, anything like that. You could search the workspace, so if you're looking for something in particular, maybe you know there's a certain page you need to find, you could search it and it would only search within this page. You could create pages, which we'll do soon, upload files. You can add tags, which is something we will work on later in this course. But the ones that are really important are these items down here. If you look at the sidebar, this is the most important page. I will always come in and add pages to the sidebar, so this is basically your back button. If you are ever on a certain page, or if you click on, for example, a reflection question later but want to get back to the home page, this will always be here for you to be able to click and go back to the home page. This is how you navigate between pages. So there I just navigated to one page and now went back to the home page just by clicking on the items on the sidebar. We will add to the sidebar as the course goes on. The other thing I want you to notice down at the bottom is recent activity. So just like I showed you the page history up here, you can also take a look at recent activity over the entire wiki at one time. So you'll notice I've been in here a few times editing things here and there, but it shows which items have been reflected. It also shows where comments have been made, and these are emails I actually get, so I know who's making what edits, and then I can make sure that everything is there that you guys need. So this was a basic video on how to navigate a wiki, what a wiki actually is, and hopefully you learned a little bit about making your way around our wiki page.